someone want to sort out the names? Oh, what is? I can maybe. I don't know how to do it. Who knows how to do the timer? Press what button? That? It's alright. Hello, Jonathan Potts here, President of Ultimate Australia. We have the bronze medal game, big game, in the men's division between Monash University and University of Western Australia. The weather has turned all right all of a sudden. Turnover there against the zone. Monash is calling man. They're not decided. They're half setting up zone. Okay, they're in man. UWA picking up the disc. Floaty. This could be ugly. There's about 12 players under the disc. Monash gets the block. And they bring the disc in just short of their halfway line. Being shown a zone. A three-man cup. And trying to get the dump off. That was tough. Bobbles, caught. Penetrating through, and now they're starting to try to move the disc. And they've crossed halfway line. Working it well against the cup. Big hammer. Into the bread basket. Nice way to finish the point. And that's the first point with Monash up 1-0 against UWA. I don't know. Pretty sure the stream's working and everything. I'm sure someone will tell us if it's not. Can you just check that it's recording as well? Is it recording? Yeah. Okay. That was like a 1 minute changeover between games, so I'm sorry that it took us a little bit of time to change over the scoreboards and stuff like that. But, you know, you're getting this service for free, so you get what you pay for, I think. And look, if you're out there in Frisbee land, internet Frisbee land, don't forget to do a little share on your Facebook page or your social media. Let people know this game's on. Get the AFDA CEO to promote this on their stream. We've got 3 pretty exciting games coming up. The bronze medal game right now in the men's division, then the women's gold medal match, then the men's gold medal match. Not the best pull, and it's rolling back to halfway from Monash. And a streak, someone streaking deep in the end zone for UW, but they look that off, take the short option, and just outside the end zone, I think, for UWA.
That's Mark Ely with the disc there. Goes to Quinlan O. He's looking for some kind of throw. There to Jeremy Ha. Has the disc now. Looks for. Then he goes to Mark Ely, who drops it. Looks like an injury there. Something wrong with his knee. Alright, so that's a score, and Mark Ely looks like an injury there. Looks like his knee is being helped off the field.
He landed really awkwardly there, I thought. At the time, I was like, "Ooh," but hopefully that's okay. Yeah. It's never good to see a knee injury in a game. Yeah, so they're discussing whether it's a score. I think he threw the disc away after he was injured, basically, or released control after he was injured, and that's what UWA is arguing, and that's the resolution. I don't know why they need game advice. They could just ask me in the commentary box. UWA. I'm a big fan of game advisors, by the way, having promoted them. So UWA gets the return score, and it's 1-1. We don't know a lot about these teams, but well, I don't know a lot about these teams, but I'm expecting a pretty tight game here. And I think based on those first 2 points, both teams got pretty strong offense, hard running teams, and this is going to be pretty exciting, I think. Both teams taking a bit of time to talk about that last point. The ubiquitous walk on the field and kneel down is happening on both sides, and now they're getting ready to start the next point. So, as I said, the wind has dropped a little bit. Like we're not quite in the eye of the storm anymore. With patches of blue above us, the wind has died a little bit. I'd say maybe 15-20 kilometres an hour. Still significant, but much more playable than that last game. Good pull from UWA, got it up maybe 2/3, 3/4 of the way up the field. Immediately Monash puts a disc deep, strong receiver.
I think that's Mads Jensen there, the Danish import for Monash there. Very tall, very fast, going to be a pretty strong player for Monash.
Yeah, obviously Monash University has their scholarship program worked out. They're bringing in some international recruits, so good on them, setting the standard. I think they should be developing local talent though, don't you, viewers out there? Yeah, some strong so pretty offense dominated game so far. I think we saw a couple of turns in the first point of the game, but other than that, the offense has flowed pretty easily. And look, downwind offense is pretty simple, and teams are going to have to innovate a bit to try and force turnovers when their opposition is going downwind. Maybe hope for some overthrow and hucks, or put a bit more pressure around the mark, around the thrower, to try and force turnovers.
Oh, thank you.
Monash pulling upwind. Another pretty decent pull. And UWA has it just short of halfway.
Jeremy Ha will do this now to Jonathan Shields.
Let's go, Unum!
Looking to go through the cut. That's dark horse there, Jeremy Nixon to Josh Howard. Goes back to Jonathan Shields. Then to Josh Howard again. Looking for Josh Go, but it's been blocked.
Right. So Monash picks it up just short of halfway. Yeah, don't have full name. And turnover into the half. Immediately UWA puts it up, And a great run and a great reception by 97.
That's Jeremy Ha. So Jonathan Shield put a really big throw up to Jeremy Ha there. J Ha doing well.
Oh yeah, Monash. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Again, like pretty easy offense downwind. What's it?
Actually, I can get
Yeah, pretty easy offense downwind from UWA, and yeah, I think the way this game's going to pan out is whichever team can kind of sort out their structures going upwind, what sort of defenses to play, and what to do when you do get those opportunities to play offense upwind. How you approach that. We might see quite a few different sort of defensive looks in this game as teams try to work it out. Certainly could expect a bit of zone to be thrown around, and yeah. You know, and as you're pulling upwind, you've got that opportunity to set up a zone that maybe confounds or set up a defense that confounds the offense a bit and take the initiative. So Monash has it, and immediately give the disc to UWA well within striking distance. Short pass. Travel called, he pulls it back. Throwing it over the top. Is that infield? I think that might have been just on the back of the end zone line, which made it extra difficult for the receiver to pull in. That was quite an ambitious shot. Not sure that was quite needed at that point. Especially with the tall Danish guy in defense hanging out. So Monash is walking it up. Got full length of the field to play. They've set up a horizontal play. They've got the disc movement into the center of the field, but then they don't have much continuation after that. And they're really not making yardage right now. And they're not looking deep. So they're going to run it up the line. Now they're going to punt it. They definitely didn't have a clean receiver there. So I'm not sure if that intentionally they just wanted to get the disc down the other end of the field. I think when your offense is struggling to get free, your handlers are struggling to get free often, you don't even bother looking to see if you've got an easy pass, and you just get the disc somewhere else. So UWA walking it up. And it's a person-on-person defense. It's coming into the middle of the field. Short pass. They're in the same situation. There's not a lot of upfield cutting action happening. And the handlers are really starting. Oh, that was a great block. Caught inbounds, I'm pretty sure. I reckon it was in. But, you know, I had good perspective on that one. So we'll see what happens. You see that one, Raya? Or are you too busy working? Well, he was clearly in, but the Monash guys are trying to call it down. It's those cheating Danes here. No, I'm joking. I think the Danish are very well-spirited Frisbee players.
Michael Vernon that's being contested by the Monash player, Mads Jensen. So Michael Vernon with the disc now.
It was a great grab. Like, that disc looked like it wasn't that it was going way out, and it was well pulled in.
Yeah, they're a bit of a match, those two. Very tall, good players. Oh, that's a good backup by Curtis Novacek. Not the intended receiver. Into Jeremy Ha. and then to Quinlan O for the score.
There we go. So UWA is the first team to kind of unpick the puzzle and work out how to score upwind. And you know, they used a bit of, I'd say a little bit of luck went their way. It was a fantastic play to reel that one in on the sideline. And then, yeah, the huck upfield, it was not really clear who the intended receiver was, but fell into someone's lap and they then capitalised that and scored. So, yeah, UWA with the first upwinder of the game, and they go ahead on the scoreboard. But I'm not sure what the score is. But you do, because you can see it on your screen. We might just move the camera out. So we're just going to move the camera in a better position, so forgive us.
Pull this across as well. Sorry, we'll just try and get your cords not in your way.
A rig roller out of bounds. Do we have... What's happening, game advisors? You've got providing a disc on the side? No, it's going to be run in quickly. Yeah, so UWA pulled it downwind. They got him stuck in the corner, I think. Intentional roller to get him stuck in the corner of the end zone.
I think that was by Jeremy Nixon. See, Monash with the disc now.
So it's Caleb Liu with the disc right now. He's got it off to Josh DeBell. And Kyle Beard pulled that one down. It's out again to Caleb Liu. And Declan Frey had it, he swung it back out to Josh DeBell. Throws a little lefty toss over the cup. Running a little bit of give go. Short hammer over the top of the cup. Again, the wind has died a lot. Like, this is a totally different game from what we saw half an hour ago. And another little hammer over the top. It's a pretty useful throw. Like, using the short hammer where a lot of players would use the scuba. But it's effective and, you know, maybe gives you a little bit more confidence. And he likes his lefty over the top as well. Pretty effective throws in the zone. They're threatening the end zone line and they scored. So different style of play there to get the upwind. Used a lot of short passes, broke up the cup and penetrated for the score. Can't say who the goal and assist was, but well done, Monash. And people watching at home, feel free to comment on who the thrower and receiver were on that goal. We've got a team list, but it's not in numerical order, so it takes me a little while to find everyone. But we'll get into rhythm soon on who all the players are for Monash.
The UW zone was working really hard on that one.
These ones?
Trying to generate a 10, but the Monash throws are just too strong. Yeah, we're trying to redo the camera right now, so we'll be jumping around. Sorry about that.
Locked in? Yep.
So a big ball going up now. Trying to make sure that the roll doesn't go past them. J-Har with the disc now.
Good takers.
Back to Jeremy Nixon.
In front of you, Percy, in front of you, right.
Good takers. You got nothing, takers. You got nothing.
Percy, behind you, Percy. Left.
One 1-2 movement. It's good from them. To Josh Howard. Now back to Jeremy Nixon. To Curtis Novacek.
Left passing.
Looking for some options. Nothing's there. Then to Josh Howard.
Kill it.
Up from Jeremy Ha. Big jump from him. Looking for a long option in the end zone. Michael Vernon takes it. So that's a score by Michael Vernon.
Nice one, Raya. Call the whole point. Didn't need me. This is what youth leadership is about. Got under 18, under 19 player calling the games at uni games. That's what we want to see. Ray's getting the hang of it, aren't you? It is a bit hard when you get thrown in the deep end and have to call stuff. But I think you just talk and assume that people want to hear what you're saying. Don't worry too much about the content. That's my approach. I think that's the approach of most of our professional commentators in sport. The more moronic you are, the better. Apart from Bruce McAvaney, who knows everything about everything. So another upwinder. Both teams showing some competency in the wind. Again, I'm going to emphasise it's different. We got sun shining. I'd say even this isn't what was forecast. This is down to 10 k's an hour maybe now, the wind, 10 to 15. So it's quite reasonable conditions for playing frisbee in.
Yeah, Jeremy Ha and Jeremy Nixon will probably be on for most lines. They're two very strong handlers that are doing very well. So Jeremy Ha with the pull now. He'll be looking for a really long one.
Monash takes it. They've got 3 handlers back there protecting the roller, and they successfully field that. Oh, bit of a floaty disc, but it's reeled in by Josh DeBell. He gets it off to someone whose number I don't have. Marcus. And a big put by Josh DeBell just outside the end zone with 76. He's going to throw the goal. 76 to 77. I think there's got to be a drink taken at home for that one. 76 to 77, who's Declan Frey to Michael Kelly for the goal. Another upwinder. Wow. 4 upwinders in a row. Some good aggressive play from both teams, and it's a good game so far, Raya.
That's 2 points now where there hasn't been a turn, so both teams are looking very strong. And it'll be teams that turn it that will be punished. So hopefully both teams will be capitalising on each team's mistake.
And I'm going to put you on the spot again, Raya, but you're still at school?
Yeah.
And what school do you go to?
I go to Shenton College, so I'm in year 11.
All right, so big shout out to all the Shenton College students out there who are watching this live broadcast, being beamed around the world by YouTube. Frisbee TV, it's good stuff. Do you have a team at Shenton College?
No, we don't play alternate at my high school.
Why don't they play at your high school?
There's just not enough interest.
Well, you're a youth leader, so you can start something at Shenton College, I believe. So I'm expecting to see a club at Shenton College in the next 6 months. Yeah. So just set aside your year 11, year 12 studies. You're entering. Oh, you're in year 11 this year. Hang on. So we'll call the game.
So that's Bennett Carpenter, my brother. Jeremy Ha now. Back to Jeremy Nixon. There with Curtis Novacek takes a big grab. Back to Quinlan O. Looking for Jeremy Nixon. Quinlan O now with the disc. Looking for Hong in the end zone, but the wind just takes it and it's out.
Get it down there, Monash.
Monash will be on the disc now.
Nicely flicked over the top. Was a bit contested. They're looking aggressive. Declan Frey with the disc. He was looking deep. He's trying to find a receiver. That wasn't the intended receiver. It's Matt Jensen. He's putting it deep to Percy Cheng.
Lock it down, boys, lock it down.
Doesn't quite get there. UWA is going to pick up the disc in their end zone. Another chance to score upwind. And yeah, so your brother's out there. So tell us a bit about how long your brother's been playing and his frisbee history.
Yeah, well, my brother got me and my sister into Ultimate. Been playing for just over 2 years now. Did really well to get into the UWA team this year. He was pretty stoked. He's a handler, and it'll be.
And did he start at school or at university?
He started in university and he played his first under-18s. Jeremy Nixon with the disc, Jeremy Ha now, Quinlan O, Curtis Novacek, that's a good give-go combo. Jeremy Ha now. Looking for a long option with Hong, but it could be again. Nah, it's caught by Mads Jensen of Monash.
It swung out to Percy Chung. And Caleb Liu at the disc. It's back to Declan Frey. He's punting it with a forehand that's gone out the back of the end zone. Not sure that he had a clean receiver there, but he has. I think Declan has end zone eyes, and he's getting a bit of a talking to, but that's not going to harm them too much, maybe. Although, you know, it's become less of an upwind downwind game, with both teams showing the ability to score upwind. So UWA is bringing it up now.
Yeah, Jeremy Nixon with the disc, trying to combat the Monash zone that they're setting. Looking to break through that cup. Yeah, that's good break. A drop by Jeremy Ha, just unlucky by him. Looks like Mads Jensen picking up the disc with Percy Chung as a dump. We'll be looking for a score here, almost on the end zone. Yeah, so that's a score by Campbell Moylan. Mads Jensen to Campbell Moylan. Sorry about the names.
Sorry? I was daydreaming there. Yep. We know what the score is. Okay. Yell out. Hey, what's the score? Who knows the score?
Bates will be coming back over.
So it's 4-5 to Monash. So that ended that run of upwinders, 4 upwinders in a row, and Monash gets a downwinder, which kind of helps. Well, it does help. Scoring a point always helps. But yeah, at some stage you want to kind of stop the run of breaks. Take control of the game. I'm just going to untangle my cords. Okay, back in UWA, picking the disc up just past their halfway line.
Yeah, that's Jeremy Nixon picking up, looking for a long throw, but he holsters. Bit of a juggle by Josh Howard. Looking for the dump with Jeremy Nixon. Does a fill or unlucky attempt by Sam Dixon. So Monash will be picking up now.
Yeah, Joel Muscovich walking to the disc. He's got the disc just a little bit in their half of the field. They've got a vertical stack. Looking for his handlers. He's got a handler flaring out of the stack. Oh, great grab there.
Great grab by Michael Vernon, using those long arms. Jonathan Shield with the disc and looking for Jamie Nixon for the score. So yeah, that's Jono Shield to Jamie Nixon.
Yeah, some good athletes on this UWA team. It's good to watch. Good athletes on both sides. That was a great grab. Great intercept in the middle of the field. And then immediately UWA worked the disc down to score. So it's 5-all in this bronze medal game between UWA and Monash University.
Is it 5-all?
I believe so. Bakes is somewhere. Oh, he's up there. Where are the game advisors when you need them? These guys said it. So 5-all. We're trying to get confirmation. Everything will sync up eventually. So we've got game advisors in this game. It means that each team has a strict time warning in between points, which is 45 seconds for offense to be ready and 60 seconds for defense to be ready, and then another, what are we going to call it, 15 seconds leeway to actually pull the disc. So Monash has a disc, bit in their end zone, maybe 10 metres into their end zone. Nicely weighted throw downwind that could be not quite reeled in. He did everything apart from get to the disc at the end there. That was Carlip Lou chasing it down.
So the disc will be on the corner now. Looks like Bennett Carpenter picking up the disc.
Man, no one does, lads! No one does!
Yep. Yeah, it's hard to get a throw off, but great bid by Jeremy Hart. There wasn't a lot of options for him. He tried. That was such a good layout.
That was heartbreaking. He did everything, and then he dropped it. That's a drop. Get your hand on it like that. That's a drop. But anyway, it was good to watch. So it's Percy Chong with the disc. Oh, looks for the easy one to Mads Jensen, but wasn't quite there. It's now with Joel Muscovich, about 10 metres out from the end zone. Throws the hammer up to no one really, apart from Mads Jensen, who reads it. His defender didn't really get a sight on that. And Monash Uni suddenly has some support from the ladies' team, from the women's team. And there's a bit more noise starting to appear on the sidelines. So Monash 6-5 up. 6-5 up to Monash. I think it's just a regular between points, even though there's been an invasion of the pitch. So yeah, so now the game is a bit downwind oriented, and the teams are playing. It's been played a lot in the downwind half of the field. The last couple of points, the last few points. And Monash is up 6-5. But there's nothing separating these teams, really.
There's not a lot. Got some pretty similar matches. We got Michael Vernon, who was on Mads Jensen then. Pretty similar build. He did really well to stick on him, but Mads Jensen was looking at the disc and did very well. Monash pulling now. Who that is, number 12. Tom Della with the pull. Yeah, that's a really good pull with the windy conditions. John and Shield to Jamie Nixon. Back to John and Shield, looking for trying to generate some movement to Sam Dixon to Josh Howard there, looking for something, setting up a kind of zone. Looks like a double team there. Jeremy Nixon trying to fake the hammer. Jono Shield got the disc now, looking to chuck it long to Kenneth Fu, but just misses.
Get it back!
The Monash defender trying, but didn't get it.
Who's number 30 for UWA?
Where? 30? Jeremy Nixon.
Yeah, Jeremy has like the classic ultimate player build, I reckon. He's got like a pretty solid frame, but skinny legs. He just moves around the field like a classic frisbee player. It's good to see. What we got? Number 14. He's Josh DeBell with the disc. Didn't have a lot. Swings it out to the middle of the field. Tom Della out on the sideline. The wind's kind of picked up a bit here. You can see that with that pass. Sorry, turnover there.
Yeah, Jono Shield with it now. To Sam Dixon. Back to Jonathan Shield. Looking for some options. Trying to break that mark. Then to Jeremy Nixon. He's looking for Josh Go in the end zone, but it's just got too much power on it.
It did cross the back corner of the end zone, which is good, because otherwise they would have given up quite a bit of yardage. So it's going to be on that front cone, which is... The wind has swung a little bit. It's no longer really a diagonal wind. It's coming pretty much straight down the guts of the field. So, yeah, Mad Jensen going to pick the disc up, put into play on the corner, or a metre or so in, because they did cross the back end zone line. Oh, foot block, caught. Wow. Just not quite enough on that foot block. It's now with Declan Frey. They've worked it up maybe 15 metres up the field. Good block by UWA.
It's a good block by Sam Dixon. He read it very well. Jono Shield picking up now. To Josh Howard there. Back to Jono Shield. Looking for something in the end zone. Looking for that high release, but it just wasn't there.
It's Josh DeBell with the disc. He's about on the halfway line. Called a foul there on that pivot. Maybe he wanted a little bit of a break and a look-see. Had the option of calling contact there. Do you ever use the contact call, Raya?
No, I just call foul.
Yeah. It's an underused option, I think, by throwers, calling contact. It does rattle the marker a bit. They have to think a bit more. It gives you an opportunity. Oh, that was ambitious, I reckon, that throw with the wind, into the wind, that forehand, and it doesn't connect.
Jono Shield picking up to Jeremy Nixon.
Stay wide, Goey!
Looking for an option. Back to Jono Shield. Then to Hops, Alex. Kenneth Fu tries to lay out on the end zone, but doesn't connect. Jumped really high, just sort of needed more distance.
Yeah, he was kind of free in the end zone, so I think could have been a kinder throw. So Mad Jensen with the disc on the line in the corner. Nice pass up the middle of the field. They get it to Khalib Lou. And it's out to Tom Della. He's on the sideline. Back to Khalib Lou. Just crossed the halfway line on the far sideline. They're looking. It's a vertical stack look, but not many upfield cuts being generated. One of them comes back to provide a safe option. Travel called. The players have stopped for some reason. I'm not sure that was necessary, but you know, maybe there was some sort of upfield call as well. And yeah, they're struggling a little bit to. Oh, there we go. It's got to Mad Jensen, but they are struggling a bit to generate the cuts from upfield. I think it's going to require Mads throwing a big hammer over the top or something like that, maybe.
Foul, uncontested foul there, shown by the game advisors.
So yeah, Mads, he's looking end zone, I think, but he's not seeing anything. And he just threw it to the nothing that he could see. But also one of the only potential receiver fell over right at the point where he released it, so that didn't help. So it's on the sideline, a little well deep into UWA's half of the field.
Can't see who's picking it up now. Looks like an injury fall by John O'Shields, so Quinlan O's stepping in. Right on the sideline for UW. They'll have to get it into the centre somehow. So Jamie Nixon picking up. Looking for Josh Howard with the disc. Oh, throws it into the Monash player. Jamie Nixon tries to make a block, but doesn't quite get it. Number 77 for Monash has got it now.
Oh, there's a call. Probably going back to thrower. Throws Michael Kelly. It's maybe 10 or 15 metres out from the end zone. Yeah, again, that breeze has picked up again to 25 kilometres an hour and then just gusted a bit more. So anything upfield is tough. And great grab there by Josh DeBell. He got stripped there. I don't think there's going to be too much discussion. Well, there's a bit of discussion, but that's UWA, isn't it, really? I won't let anything go without a discussion. What do you think, Raya?
I don't know.
Oh, she's not leaping to their defence. Yeah. Anyway, a bit of discussion. I'm pretty sure that Josh DeBell's going to retain possession right here. So he's now 5 metres out from the end zone. And in these conditions, this heavier wind, an upwind goal is worth possibly a bronze medal right now. So yeah, it's gonna be much harder. If this wind stays, it's gonna be much harder for teams to score upwind than we've seen so far in this game. So this is a crucial possession. All the pressure's on Josh DeBell. If he's thinking about those broader aspects of the game, he might just be thinking about this possession. Send us back to Michael Kelly. He doesn't have much, and he didn't throw much, and he's calling the foul. Gonna say he kind of threw that a little bit, but it's hard to contest that. You can argue it out a bit, but he did kind of throw through the mark a little bit, I reckon. Did you see that one, Raya?
No, I didn't, but
certainly been argued.
Yeah.
It's been argued pretty strongly by Jeremy Nixon that he'd established position and that Michael Kelly had just initiated contact and thrown through him. So that's kind of the way that throw kind of came out. Like it was a contact late in the piece and popped up. But you know, again, it's about the fair process, not necessarily about the justice of the outcome, and that's what we like about it. It's good to have a bit of controversy in a sport.
It's good to see the game advisors stepping in and giving their opinion when asked before. So the disc is coming in on 7, I think, or 6.
I'm pretty certain that Ruben's never going to accredit me as a game advisor. So Michael Kelly gets the disc back, and a lot of pressure on them. Stall count there. UWA gets it back. Disc never lies, you know, all that sort of gumph. Jeremy Nixon doesn't connect. And so Monash has another chance in their attacking half to score an upwinder, a crucial upwinder with Josh DeBell walking calmly to the disc. But I wouldn't be that calm because there's not much happening upfield. And Mads is too far. Mads Jensen now has a disc, but he's too far to throw a goal. He's like 30 metres out of the end zone, and I don't think he can hit the end zone from there. So he's going to need to find a different option from here. Another call. Were you at Call Fest yet, Raya?
Probably not yet. We'll wait till later in the game.
Yeah, not yet Call Fest, and yeah. I'm just trying to stir the controversy pot. That's a nice break into the wind, 20-metre break. They're totally within scoring distance, but squandered, foul called, no foul called. Foul, no foul. Yeah. Good stuff. Definitely say it's not a Call Fest in that situation. And the disc is coming back to where it went out of bounds, I think. Jeremy Nixon with the disc.
Yeah, Jamie Nixon throws an awesome hammer to Kenneth Fu, but there's just the wind takes it a bit too much. Oh, a good attempt by number 14.
I'm going to say Jeremy Nixon just run downfield and don't handle this time. Big throw up.
Big throw looking to Josh go, but it just doesn't connect. He's one of UWA's youngest players, 17, and he's got a lot of potential.
Keep it cool, Monash.
Hey, you two deep stack.
We had that rule about having corner discs, but that hasn't happened. But if you guys just carry one, it just makes it more efficient.
He's on 14.
Oh, sorry, Josh DeBell. Sorry, I shouldn't have walked away.
No, it's okay.
So Josh DeBell walking up with it. Middle of the end zone line, wind, timeout called. And UWA's cheering the timeout. Anyway, they got themselves out of trouble there. I think Monash had 3 or 4 possessions within 5 metres of the end zone, and that could have been game over, I'm going to say, if they'd done that. So they should be bitterly disappointed with themselves, Monash, for not scoring that. And maybe that's not the right mental state to be in, but they got to get tough. So Monash now has a full field to score in. The wind is stronger. Maybe I'm going to say now. I'm no expert on this, but you know, I'm going to say it's dropped a little bit down to maybe 20 k's an hour now. So it's not quite as vicious as it was maybe 10 minutes ago, but it's still pretty challenging. And the game's definitely an upwind downwind game right at the moment. So yeah, but both teams have shown they're capable of working the disc length of the field. They've also shown they're capable of hucking upwind and taking a few risks. So yeah, it's definitely anyone's game. Were we at 6-all at the moment? I've lost count again. We'll just ask the crowd. Maybe 6-5 to Monash. Yeah, that makes sense actually. I think it was 5-all when UWA was down that end. Yeah, 6-5 to Monash. 30 seconds left in the timeout. So Monash needs to establish their offensive positions, and then UWA is going to sneakily throw a zone on, aren't they, Ray? What do you think? What would you do as a coach in this position?
It's pretty windy and they're going upwind, so a zone would be good. And it would be good on a timeout because then Monash have to then set their positions after that. But it looks like they're just doing a man.
That's good incisive analysis there from Raya, our under-18 player. But I agree entirely. So they are showing person defence. It's horizontal set. They do manage to get the disc moving out of the horizontal after like quite a few cuts. Oh, that's a bad mistake there from Mads Jensen. He kind of took his eyes off the disc, and Jeremy Nixon to
Listen to Jeremy Ha. A nice little pass there. Jeremy Ha seems pretty pleased with himself.
starting to get vocal here. Bit of crowd, you know, the teams are getting into it. There's a bit of support on the sidelines. There's only a few other games going on at the moment. Not sure. Okay, yeah, so the women's bronze medal game's being played as well at the moment, which is good. So they'll be over to watch the finals. Yeah, a timeout in that point. UWA got the advantage. I won't bring out the stats about what happens when you call timeouts midpoint, but I think that definitely fell in the majority column for outcomes from a timeout in the middle of a point.
I don't think that's women's bronze. I think that's like 5-6, because women's bronze is UCM and Melbourne, isn't it? No, women's 5-6 was just played. Oh, really? Yeah. That's UCM. Oh, they're playing on that field, right? It wasn't that field. Didn't even see.
They've been relegated. That's what happens when you lose your semi. When you lose your semi, you get relegated out into the back of beyond, as Sydney Uni and UQ have. 6-all is the score, and yeah, so happening concurrently with this is the women's bronze medal match out on the backfields there. But we're here with the men's bronze. Have to give the men a bit of time in the limelight. It's Joel Muscovich with the disc. He gets it to Josh DeBell, who looks end zone-ish. He's looking for a cut in the middle of the stack. Just the wind got under it and carried it out over the back of the end zone. So UWA going to bring it in. Game advisor gone for a bit of a jog. Go and get it. Our other game advisor is Jackson.
Yeah, very good player, just helping out today. He was doing some line advising the other days. Pretty enjoyable. Jeremy Nixon with the disc now.
He's not touching it, Dinger. He's not touching it, Dinger.
Looking for an option. He activates his dump, but it's not there. Jeremy Ha backs it up. Oh, foul there, uncontested. Yeah, uncontested foul. Jeremy Ha with the disc. Coming in on 0. Stall counted and stuff.
Go, Joe. All over him, Joe. All over him. No huck, no huck.
Jeremy Ha is looking downfield. Activates his dump. Jeremy Nixon with the disc now. Big throw up downfield. Oh, looks to be backed up by Hong, but it wasn't there.
Monash picks it up and works it quickly, but they're still kind of deep in their end zone, so they are not end zone, in their half, so they want to progress it downfield soon. Josh DeBell is cutting deep. The disc is there, and that's catchable. Oh, it's gone out the back. He kept carrying, but Josh got good separation there in the end zone, and it was a worthwhile shot from Tom Della. It's worthwhile having a look at that one, and you know, 10 passes in your half at the upwind end, I think, is enough, and it's time to get it down the other end after that. So UWA is going to walk it up. Yeah, so again, going through your head as you walk it up, you're looking at your stack and you're going, who is going to make a good cut for me? And it's always nice to have someone that you can look at and think that person is going to get free.
Jeremy Ha, the disc, puts it up high, looks like it could be taken out. Yeah, unlucky. Overshot that one.
Joel Muscovich just taps that on a little bit to make sure. He's got no mark. He runs it in. No one's cutting though. He was the only one on the ball. That was the story of my life as an elite frisbee player. No one else realising I want to get the disc moving early, but after 20 years they got the hang of it. Oh! Wow. So Jerry Nixon failed to pull that one in.
Unlucky by Jamie Nixon. He tried and thought he had it easy. He just got to focus. Couldn't get that one in.
Joel Muscovich slowly walking up to it. I'm going to imagine they have some sort of preferred receiver, and Josh DeBell set himself up at the front, but he's not free. And it's blocked. Big block by...
Big block by Michael Vernon, using those long arms to his advantage. Jeremy Nixon picking up now. He's their UWA's main handler, along with Jeremy Hard. That's a good duo. So Jeremy Hard with disc now. Looking for options, doesn't have a lot of time. Sends it up to a pack, but just not there. That's Joel Muscovich.
Joel Muscovich picking up again. It's in their half. He's looking short. That's to Peter Nam. He swings it, middles it to Joel. Joel gets it out wide. They're attacking the end zone now, and that's a goal. And it's from 96 to 12. Who is Jeff Ping or Ding? Sorry, to Jeff Ding to what I say 12. Tom Della. So Monash gets their downwind. They have the advantage in this game, don't they? This is 7-6 to Monash, so they have the advantage. This is a wind-dominated game, so UWA really needs to score in upwind if they're going to win this game, basically. Yeah. So. Just there's a timeout. We might just take a little bit of a break because I just want to talk to commentators.
Shannon around, or can Shannon get you?
So I think I have it for Melbourne. Is our Melbourne list? That's our Melbourne list. Yeah. Isn't that right? Yeah, so just UWA. We have that marker pen that was used for that, because that's ideal. So, timeout, not half time. 7-6, yeah? Timeout. Yeah, the coach is telling us it's timeout. I'll just grab that. Piers Trudeau is going to... You want to spend a bit of mic time here? I've got to answer the phone. Piers Trudeau is going to give... Have you been watching much of this game? It's an excellent game. Tell us something about Frisbee and life and...
I've just come back from lunch actually. It started raining, so went down to a nice restaurant on the coast and had a fish and chips. It was really good. The rain appears to have stopped here, which is meant I've come back out again. Look, I've been watching these two teams as part of the Green and Gold selecting, and you know, obviously number 3 from Monash, who's a Danish representative player, has been fantastic. But it doesn't seem like Monash necessarily have the depth that UWA do. It's 7-6 here with downwinders, so Monash are walking to the downwind end of the field now. So watching on screen, the wind is basically coming from the right side of screen to the left, although there is a definite near sideline to far sideline bias. So the corner over there where the game advisor in the yellow shirt is standing is pretty much the most difficult corner on the field to get the disc in, because you're basically throwing upwind up and down the field, but also upwind across the field. So you can sort of imagine a diagonal wind coming across the field. And you know, the difficulty with the wind here is it's really, really gusty. So it's not a static wind. It's not like a consistent wind to throw into. It's a wind that's quite blustery, which is making things really difficult for the players. I'm just going to see if the camera can turn towards the the end of the field. We can see the flag. You can see the flags up there, the field flags flapping, and you'll see that they're gusting with the breeze that's coming. So anyway, Monash are going to be pulling from the downwind end of the field. It looks like Joel Muscovich has got the disc in his hand and throwing upwind to the UWA team. And here we go. I'm going to hand back to Potsy now, who is off the phone and back from the toilet. Enjoy the game.
I haven't had my toilet break yet. Sorry, it's UWA with the disc.
Jeremy Nixon picking up to Jeremy Ha, who throws it long, looking for Michael Vernon with a big lay. It's a good bid, but it just wasn't quite there.
Smokey, do set it up! Set it up, Curtis!
So, Ray has been told she has to be a bit louder on the mic. I think that's basically because we adjusted the sound levels for my loud, obnoxious voice. And so, I'm sorry we're stuck with that as our standard. So, you're just going to have to pretend you're in a crowded classroom trying to get attention or something like that. So Joel Muscovich with the disc, walking it up on the end zone line. He gets it out to Curtis Novacek. I think, sorry, Piers is going to call this.
Hang on a second, let's have a look here. Kayip's got the disc now. He's passed it across to Mads Gottliebson. And it's going out. Jeremy Ha's going to pull it out of the air. Jeremy Ha through to Quinlan O. Quinlan's been really good with the disc. Off the field to Jeremy Nixon. I mean, that was a pretty sharp chance with the wind blowing across the flat edge of the disc. Kayip's got the disc. I'm not sure who 77 is. Let's have a look and see. Look, 77 is Michael Kelly. Now with Joel. Joel's got a disc out to Mass out the side there. His name's spelled M-A-D-S, but pronounced Mass, I think. Back to Joel. Curtis Novacek on the mark. Curtis is a pretty good marker. And then that's Josh Howard laying out there. Back to Michael Kelly and to Mass. Again, not sure how to spell his name. So here we are on the low side of the field. Oh, that's a snappy one. And now on the high side, really, with Joel. And we got Michael Kelly. Oh, there wasn't much spin on that disc. That's a pretty difficult catch, that one, actually. And I think the wind is the winner there because there was quite a gust that came through just when he released it. Jeremy Nixon picks up the disc, passing it to Jeremy Ha. To Curtis. Oh, Quinlan O. Well, you know, when you start to get tired at the end of the tournament, sometimes you just can't bring your hands together. He's played tirelessly for UWA, has been an outstanding player from the games that I've seen. Carl Lip now holding the disc, Mass coming in, that's great, great crashing there from Quinlan. And this man's very good with the disc. And that's a good catch there from Carl Lip. Coming back to Mass. Oh, there we go, up the line. This could go anywhere now. No, the cup has caught up. Coming back to Joel, into Michael Kelly. Look, it looks like a four-man rotation here for Monash. The other three players really aren't part of the play, and there's not a lot of movement backfield. And I think amongst some of the players that have played a lot of points, there's quite a bit of fatigue. So Jerry Nixon walking to the disc. I'm not sure who his marker is. That is, I don't know what his name is, even though I've got the thing in front of me. Somebody Chung, number 33. I'm sorry, I've got Pocky here, so I'm guessing his name isn't Pocky though. So Curtis Novacek awaits Mass walking up to the disc. Oh look, I'm happy to pass the...
No, it's fine.
So where are we? I don't know, I'm sorry who that player is. Back to Mass. I mean, this guy's been the rock for this team. You know, 68. I don't know who he is because I don't have his number here. Oh, I mean, that's an attempt to throw again into the very strong wind. Nixon's put it deep. It's gone over Mass, it's gone over everybody. And that's going to number 0 for UWA, who is, I think it's John Russo. It could be Max Russo. I know his surname is Russo. It could be Bob Russo, but I'm pretty sure it's John. And look, you can see Jackson Botcher down there. He's the game advisor. You know, helping Joel make sure he gets back to the right place on the field. Looks like UWA is switching back into their zone. You know, Curtis is waiting for him. John's come out. John, Bob, Bill. He's come out to the side here to keep an eye on Carl Lip. You know, foul called there. I can almost guarantee that Curtis just said sorry. Sorry. UWA have a penalty system every time he says sorry, which he says a lot. They make him do something silly later on in the day. Okay, high side. That's a nice little pass there. Curtis needs to stop the pass back to Maz because there's not much else going on up here. You can't see upfield, but there's really not a lot of movement. The movement's all happening in the cup. Across to Joel. Josh Howard. He's a new player. He's number 26 in blue. Playing very well in the cup. Quite athletic. Curtis on the mark. And then we have Carl Lip across to Joel. Oh, that's a really nice little pass through the cup to the unknown 68. Maybe the neighbour of 69. Not sure to make of that. So Joel's got it. Hey, and look, it's an Upwind score, which I think makes it 8-6 to Monash, which actually represents a suspected turning point in the game. And I'm going to pass you back to your usual commentary team.
Thanks, Piers. Thank you very much. Yeah, so that's half time. And that really makes it a much tougher proposition from UWA. Hang on, Piers. But yeah, I'm trying to get Michaela to co-commentate with me. So yeah, her voice was a bit rough yesterday, she thought, so she may not be that keen, but yeah. Be good to get her out for the women's final. And the women's teams, well, one of the women's teams is warming up at the moment. That's Melbourne, are deep into their warm-up right now. Being put through their paces by the coach, Will Christopherson. So they're going to be pretty keen for this final. UWA girls, I can't see them at the moment. Oh, yep, no, they're warming up over far side of the pitch. You maybe see that in the back of the camera. So it's going to be an interesting game. So, Ray, you know the UWA girls very well?
I know them pretty well. I know that Annie Jessup was very happy that they made it into the finals. They were just hoping to do well, and they've exceeded their expectations. So they're pretty happy about that. They've got some key throwers. They've got Jodie Palmer rocking the number 3 this tournament. She's a fire-tail, very strong thrower, and they'll be looking to use her a lot for UWA.
Yeah. So we're half time in the men's bronze medal match. So pretty important game between Monash Uni and UWA, and it was pretty evenly poised up till that very last point where Monash got an upwind break after lots of turnovers in that point. So it was a scrappy point, but Monash was ascendant, and yeah, obviously that's a pretty important point in the game. The upwind are in an upwind game, in an upwind downwind game, and probably not that much time left on the clock for UWA to come back. But earlier today we saw the women's semi-final between Melbourne and Sydney Uni, and Sydney Uni dominant the whole game, basically. ahead on the scoreboard, kind of looking better in terms of how their offense was performing and everything like that. But Melbourne just got it together in the last couple of points, got a break, scored, and won the game. So things can change very quickly as long as you stay within cooey of the other team and can make the comeback at the end. And same thing here, and same thing in these gold medal matches. Although an upwind downwind game can make for a messy game, it also can make for some pretty tight games and some pretty crucial points if you can get those upwinders. So both teams now kind of psyching themselves up for the start of the second half. So Monash has another upwinder, but getting that break was pretty important. And in fact, if they hadn't got that upwinder, the game would be in UWA's favour because they're now starting the second half running downwind. So. The other thing you guys can do out there in internet land, internet frisbee, TV viewer land, is get on your social media. Got an exciting gold medal match coming up between UWA and Melbourne Uni. So go and find the link on the YouTube to that next live stream. Promote it on your social media. Get excited. Get your friends excited. It's going to be a great game. If you're at work, just like sort out some sort of spreadsheet or something. It looks like you've been doing some work, and just hide the frisbee in a corner of your screen, or do whatever you got to do because you don't want to miss this. So Monash pulls it. They just make it past halfway, and UWA's going to pick up the disc just past halfway.
Yep. So Jay harping out the disc. He sends it to Kenneth Boo, looking long, goes to Jeremy Nixon with a great lay from him, almost on the end zone line, looking for a score. Kenneth Boo gets the score, and that's the break that UWA have been looking for. They did very well, so that was Jeremy Nixon to Kenneth Boo. Exactly what UW are wanting, and that makes the score 8-7. Yeah, 7-8 to UW.
Cool. Well, they needed that one, but they need this one more. They really need an upwinder very soon to stay in this game. Look, if they do keep it as a 2-point separation, then it's going to go to time cap, or it's going to go, yeah. The Monash is going to have to score to win. So, you know, we have a kind of a bit of a hybrid time cap rule here, where you've got to be within 2 at time cap, and then that adds 1 to the highest score. So, yeah, at the moment it looks like that's where we're going to see it at the very least. If not, scores even at time cap. So it's setting itself up for a pretty tight finish.
Yeah, there shouldn't be much longer left, and these teams will definitely play it down to the wire. So it'll be a very good game, and it's great that it's close. So on the UW line, we've got Jeremy Ha, Michael Vernon, Quinlan O, Josh Higgins, Curtis Novacek, looks like James Rocha and Jeremy Nixon. Clear handler lines and some clear receiver as well, with Josh Higgins and Michael Vernon.
If you think that's feasible, I'll pull a ladder out. Not the best of pulls. In fact, it's rolled back to short of the halfway line. So Monash is facing a pretty easy offense here. Then Josh DeBell's cutting, but it's not there. Well, they made that tough for themselves. And 37, Carlip Lou couldn't pull that in.
Quinlan O with the disc now, looking for Jeremy Ha. He wants to send it long, sends it long into a pack. Oh, Jeremy Nixon tries to get that one, but it's just not there. That's an unlucky drop by Monash. So, Jeremy Nixon's making his way to the disc. Looking for Jeremy Ha. Oh. Yeah, I think that was a travel call. Other Monash player on Jeremy Ha. Quinlan O with the disc now. Looks off Josh Higgins. Looking for an option there. Just not many. Feed by I think that's Joel Moskovic.
Wow, that was tight. That was close. Almost got that upwinder they desperately need, but they didn't. So now it's Monash's turn to punt it down the other end of the field. Don't stuff around with it, Monash, but let's see what they do. It's Josh DeBell walking up with the disc. He's got a massive mark on him, and he punts it. And it's gone out, and it's maybe not coming back in, so not what he wanted. It's turned over. We'll see where the game advisor signals. He wasn't. Oh, I think that's generous to Monash, actually. I'd say further up the field there. But it's a chance here for the commentators to influence the game. Definitely. Went over our heads. Yeah. I think Monash got a bit of benefit out of that.
Yeah. Jeremy Nixon now, and he's got Mads Denson marking up on him. To Quinlan O. Then to Jeremy Ha, the strong handler trio. And looks like a pick has been signalled. Jeremy Ha throws it to Michael Vernon with the score, exactly what UWA needed, and now that makes it 8-all. It's going to be a great game, very close, and UW will be very pleased with that.
And just like that, the advantage swings 180 degrees to UWA, who now are going to be playing, if they keep trading, they're going to be playing downwind to win the game. So, yeah, Monash was in the ascendancy. Now it's UWA's advantage. 8-all, yeah?
Yep, 8-all.
8-all, and UWA has a downwind serve. So, yeah. That happened a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. And look, UWA had two good opportunities. Yeah, Josh Bell should be kicking himself for not being able to punt the disc infield, length of the field. He did the right thing, get the disc down the other end, but the second part of that is don't throw it out of bounds. And I've seen that happen before, so he won't be the first. In fact, I've specifically instructed people to pull the disc out the back of an end zone, or to get the disc as far downfield, and then they decide to just pull it out the corner of the field, and it never comes back in, and we lose a point. So there's many fine players who've been guilty of that.
UWA will be looking to put on a pretty strong line, and we can see Jeremy Nixon with the disc, who hasn't had a lot of break in one of their strongest players, as well as Jeremy Ha. So they'll be looking for a good pull, and that's time cap.
Oh, yeah, boys,
And that's a great pull.
So it'll be a game to 10, no doubt. This is 8-all. One team will score 9, and then we'll add one to the highest score. It'll be a game to 10. So got 2 or 3 more points of excitement out here. And these guys, you know, they're going to put on a show for us, I reckon. Got Maz Jensen picking up the disc. He's kicked over he's kicked over the pegged out cone there. Oh, Jeremy Nixon grabs the intercept.
Great grab by Jeremy Nixon. Looking to Bennett Carpenter. Oh, just couldn't get it. Unlucky, Benny.
You're not allowed to laugh at your brother. Maybe he should have been going to plyometrics training with you, Raya, and get working on his jump there a bit. Can you jump higher than your brother?
No, I can't. That was a great read by Jeremy Nixon, though, for that intercept. Looking so good for UW, but unfortunate.
Yeah, so we're back again with Maz walking it up, Jeremy Nixon on the mark. It's a good match up there, and Maz doesn't have a lot, but he centres it to Michael Kelly. And he also doesn't have a lot. Tries to put some distance under it, but couldn't really get the space to throw it. It was a good mark by Carpenter, don't you think, there, Raya?
Yeah, great mark by Bennett. Jeremy High picking up, centres to Quinn the No. Yeah, Quinn goes to Jeremy Nixon, who doesn't have a mark on him right now. Then back to Quinn. Looking at Jeremy. Oh, that looked like a bit of a handblock there. Not a lot of spin, but Jeremy Nixon backs it up. Back to Quinn. Great lay by Jeremy Ha. They've signalled a travel, or maybe not. Some kind of call on the disc. So the disc has gone back to Quinn. I'm not sure what the call was. Need to learn the hand signals. So this is coming in on 2. Quinn disc, that's a pretty tight mark, bit of contact on that one. Sam Dixon doesn't quite get it. And now we've got it's a big contest there, and the Monash player seems to get it, and Jeremy Hart signals a travel for him to move it back. Seems like a bit of discussion with the UW Monash players. Disc is coming in. 37 looking for Mads Jensen with the dump. Just gets him, so it's Mads there looking for Michael Kelly. Bennett with the D. Oh, unlucky. So that's Monash there. That's an unlucky. Bennett tried with the D, but he just couldn't quite get it, and with the wind, it just knocks it back into the field, and it's still in contention. So that's Monash is 9 to UWA 8. It's a game to 10.
So the game swings back the other way with that. A timeout's been called. So UWA now has to score the next 2 points. Crucially, they need to score this upwinder. So they need to come out there and play the point of their life, really. It's tough. I don't know whether you trust yourselves to maintain possession for the length of the field. They've definitely, but UWA's definitely shown that they're capable of just maintaining possession. But there's going to be a lot of defensive pressure on them, and neither team, especially against a man defense, a person defense, neither team's shown particular confidence getting the disc moving and generating cuts upfield. So based on that, I'd say there's a lot of pressure if they try to maintain possession and be safe the whole way up the field, and it might be better for them to take a bit of a risk at some stage and throw it out to the fat side of the field, or yeah, just get a bit of air under it and get it out into some space on the field rather than trying to jam it with shortcuts all the way up the field. But you know, all styles can work. There's many roads that lead to Rome, or however you want to phrase it. Many ways to skinny a cat. How about that one? That's probably more appropriate.
UWA will be looking to put on a pretty strong line here, as it's potentially last point if Monash score. So it'll be a pretty tight battle. Monash don't want to be too confident, but at the same time they've got to stay strong. Keep possession is the key. Make sure they generate a turn and then keep possession. Monash has got the downwind, so they've got a high advantage. Oh. Monash setting up for the game point. Must have their strongest line on. I can tell you the UW line: Quinn, Rocha, Jeremy Nixon, Kes Novacek, Michael Vernon, Josh Higgins, and Jeremy Ha. So the pool's gone up. Pretty long pool. It's got a good roll at the back of the end zone almost. Jeremy Nixon's under a lot of pressure right now, but he goes to Curtis Novacek. Still sitting in Monash's end zone, so they're not doing too well. So Quinlan O now looking for some kind of reset. Jeremy Ha gets it with a, just grabs it. Then to Michael Vernon, but it just doesn't quite reach him. Now we're looking at, looking for, could be the end of the game.
Wow.
It's a good thing.
Wow. That was the game in his hands, but didn't bring it in. So UWA gets another chance. Jeremy Nixon bring it up to the line.
Yeah, very close. Jeremy Nixon with the disc, looking for the dump now, but it's not quite there. Finland O, but the throw just doesn't make it. The wind's too strong. It's a turn.
Yeah, so look, as I was kind of saying, it makes sense to just go for the short passes and be 100%, but it's hard to be 100% in these conditions. So Josh DeBell with the disc, 5 metres outside the end zone, leading cutter, he's caught it. That's oh, there's talk. That was caught by Tom Della. There's some talk about whether he was on the line or not. Looks like the line advisor is saying in. You know your hand signals? He's pointing at the end zone, which I think means in. There's a lot of pointing in. I feel like this should be able to be resolved pretty quickly. Yeah. So, can always be an interesting end to a game where, like, the final bit of the game is a 2-minute discussion about whether someone was in or out. And actually, at World Games in 2005, we played the USA in the final, in the gold medal match. And the very last point, they worked it all the way up the sideline for the goal. And none of us had a decent view of whether the final receiver was in or out. It was Josh Zipperstein, who's like one of the best players to ever play. And no one could really tell whether he was in or out, so we just had to, eventually it was like, well, we didn't really see, so you're in. And we just, so kind of finished the gold medal match with a little bit of a discussion and awarding the goal. And we may well see the same thing here. Yeah, they're giving the goal. So, well done, Monash. Wow. Seesawing game. That was a great game. I really enjoyed that. Thanks, Raya, for co-commenting.
No worries. I think UW will be a little bit disappointed with that one coming so close, but at the same time they don't get bronze, so they're renowned for getting bronze, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, we're going to kill this stream. We've got to get the next one going. Got gold medal match right now, so let's do it. So I'll do. I think I can do all the killing stuff. Yeah. I do. We've got one, don't we? We've got